Stop making those baby cry.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the Training Stage Podcast. I'm your host, Tyler, and joining me tonight is...
Slowy Joey.
And...
John.
We got a great episode for you all tonight. Yes, a great episode. Because I know I was hesitant to say that last week, but this is a great episode. Because I'm back home from a wonderful family trip, I'm saying. Wonderful, tremendous family trip. It's good to be home. It's good to be home. I'll say that. I missed home. Because, oh god. Oh,
you missed your Nintendo Switch?
No, I had my Switch with me, actually, but I only played it for 6 hours because the battery's so awful on it. But I did play a lot of Mario Kart in the car. It was really good.
Did you imagine that the car was a cart?
No.
Oh.
I wish, though. I wish I was doing anything else with my time.
Did you imagine you were Barney in the car?
Well, I mean... It was that big of a joke, to say the least, but sure, yeah.
Oh boy.
Anyway, how was your guys' week?
Stressful.
Yeah? Yeah?
Painful.
Oh.
I actually didn't tell you guys that. Shit.
Mine was mentally painful. Okay. Just feel bad for me.
Mine was physically.
Why?
Long story short, I hit dead middle of my shin. A steel beam.
Ooh.
Pretty hard.
That's not good. Oh, man.
That was good.
I'm sorry, John.
That was a good day at Home Depot.
That sounds like it.
I need to show you guys my work shoes. My toes can be seen.
Yeah, you've told us that they're pretty bad. I've never witnessed them, though.
They're fucked up. And I'm just, I'm not gonna say I'm too poor, I'm just too stubborn to go and buy some. Cause, I gotta spend money on them video games.
Yeah, I feel ya. There's more important things I could also be spending my money on, but I'd choose to buy video games. But hey. Yeah. That's life.
I'm kind of a fucked up individual like that.
It's okay.
This is where being old has its advantages, where you're just like, I'm actually gonna buy the responsible things. And I end up doing that.
If I have to buy something that I need, I will buy it, but I will do it very, very, very begrudgingly, because I don't want to be responsible. I just want to play my video games and buy my stuff and live life the way I want to live it. But hey, that's not how the world works.
So I buy myself food.
Yeah,
I fast food,
Japanese food.
Look,
the Japanese. You know what, Joey? No, once you have teriyaki chicken from the Japanese restaurant that I go to, oh man, just beautiful. And they got
as good as Taco Bell.
It's pretty on the level of my love for Taco Bell. Yeah. I would say so.
Oh, must be shit then.
Oh, no. You know what, Joey? I don't even want to hear your crap right now, okay?
Hey, man, if I got $2 in my pocket, I'll go to Taco Bell.
I haven't ate Taco Bell in a while. I need to go back to the Taco Bell and get some food.
But I don't know. I was telling Rob this, too. I eat, authentic Mexican food at, legit Mexican restaurants.
See, the Mexican restaurants around here are complete garbage, so it's I'll just go to, Taco Bell instead.
We got the good stuff here in the South, man.
Oh, I bet. You're right on that border.
Oh, wait, yeah.
Uh-huh.
See, there's an intersection where I live that has 4 places. McDonald's, Burger King, Taco Bell, and Shell's, all next to each other. That's a fucking war zone.
What's the last one?
I would go to
Shell's,
Burger King, personally.
Restaurant thing.
Oh, I've never heard of it.
Yeah. What were you saying, Joey?
That's interesting.
I said I would go to Burger King personally.
Every time I pick the worst choice and go to McDonald's.
Damn,
I had McDonald's twice today. I'm that fat. Okay.
Oh, you fatty.
To be fair, I haven't eaten fast food in a month because my goal was not to eat fast food for a month. I like to do these stupid challenges for myself, and this one just did not work out. Okay. 3 weeks in, I wasn't losing any weight. I wasn't feeling any different. I was just you know what? Screw this. I'm gonna go get Burger King. And so I did it. And I was just
man, you gotta actually, cutting out fast foods isn't gonna make you lose weight.
See, here's the thing though, Joey. When I stopped drinking soda, I lost 10 pounds.
Like,
like that.
That's easy difference, yeah.
That's different, though.
Okay, fair enough. But if you ate fast food as much as I did, you would want to cut back on it a little bit, because it was literally the point I was even eating it like every single day, and I would just feel like shit because of it.
Oh, well,
Just
we kind of do that.
Supersize me,
So-
bro.
So I just had to cut it. I had to cut down on it a little bit, which I feel like I did. But today I had with my cousin, because I had to go help her at her classroom today. And so we got McDonald's for lunch, so I had like the 2 cheeseburger meal, which is great. And then I went with my mom to McDonald's and I had a McGriddle. So
You know, it was actually funny because I was, because, you know, I've been kind of doing the same thing. I've been kind of just trying to stay away from fast food. But then today I was just like, you know, I'm going to go in and make some red beans and rice. And my mom was in the kitchen making candles. I'm like, hey, you know, I want to, like, hey, what are you doing? I want to cook some red beans and rice. He was like, I'll give you some fucking money to go out and get something. Jesus. I was just like,
I'm not saying no to that.
Oh, okay. Piglet.
So what'd you end up getting?
Well, she wanted me to go to Taco Bell, so.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I got some tacos, and that shit did not fill me up at all, but, you know, whatever.
You should have got the $5 box.
I don't know.
Nah,
I wish I could go to Popeyes, man. I love that shit. But I haven't gone there in, like, it feels like years.
I haven't been to Popeyes.
Felt like a month ago, though.
I've been to Popeyes once in my life and just never went back. I'm sure it's fine.
That's
But I
my
don't-
fast food place
but
of
I
choice.
I don't recall loving it. And like, there's not one real close to us, so it's not like the Japanese restaurant where I will go there. I will make the 30-minute drive to go there because it's just worth it.
I'll tell you, though, I would, if we still had a Burger King in our town, I'd go there. Because, like, they have these amazing fucking, like, I think they call them, like, a rodeo.
Oh yeah, the
Thing.
the barbecue burgers with the onion ring on it.
It's got like a, it's like
Yeah.
a chicken patty with onion rings and barbecue sauce, and it is fucking good.
I don't get the
For
chicken
$1, man.
I know they're only $1, which is amazing. I don't get the ones with the chicken on it. I get the burgers.
Oh, I didn't
So
know they
I-
had one with the burger.
Yeah, they do.
patty.
Yep.
Uh,
I think you just have to ask for the regular rodeo burger.
Fast
That
Food
shit is good,
Appreciation Podcast.
Yeah, there we go. We got our food talk in. For
it's gonna happen
7,
one
8
day. It's gonna happen.
It's
Just the whole food podcast.
Just the entire site gets on a call. We all record ourselves, just talk about food.
Oh no, that'd be a disaster.
Favorite
But
cereals, favorite
don't even,
fast
don't
food
even joke
restaurants.
about that.
it would end in blood.
No, it's gonna happen, man.
It's gonna end in blood.
Don't even, no, not with.
It's
not with
still gonna
everybody.
happen, though.
No, it's
It
not
is.
gonna happen. I won't let
is.
it happen. Okay, that's something I will put my foot down. No, it's not
It is
happening.
inevitable. It is inevitable, Tyler.
If you guys want to like do that on the side and like put it on a YouTube channel, you knock yourself out. But that
You
ain't-
cannot deny your fate.
looks
It
like-
is destined to happen.
Looks like there's a new video for my channel.
John. No.
Are you gonna Are you gonna eat fast food? Fast food with DS chips in them.
Oh,
Don't
John.
do this at home, kids.
So, kids, if you're listening to the show, don't bite into a DS chip. It's pretty, it's not a good thing to do.
See, John's on another level of stupid. Okay.
Wow! Rude.
John calls See, John calls us stupid because we're dank, right? We post all these Barney memes and all these Winnie the Pooh. Like, we're stupid on that level, but John's just on another level where he's stupid in the regards that he'll eat a whole DS cartridge.
I'll tend to anyway.
For fads.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just part of me, the inner kid in me that's just a little crazy. That just says, do that? Okay, fuck it. Let's do it. Like, I've been looking up, no. I'm reserving that for secret. Never mind.
Oh, but Barney memes, man. Oh, no way. No. Way too silly for me. Eating DS cartridge? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
To be fair, was a one-off.
True. But you keep
Until,
bringing it.
part
but
2
you keep.
Electric Boogaloo
But
comes
you
out.
keep bringing it up too. That's
Switch
that's
cartridges.
Oh yeah, let's get an electric drill and drill a hole into Final Fantasy 13.
That's what I was going to bring up on the...
Damn, what did that game ever do to you, man?
Wasted his time.
But come
And
on,
money.
man. So many other games have done the same thing. Like, why that one in particular? Oh, wait, because it crushed your fucking hopes, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just like you wanted to crush hope, right? Zing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, he was the least offensive to me. Well, no. Saz was the least offensive. Everybody else could go fucking suck a dick.
Fang.
Alright.
Fang is least offensive.
Okay, Saz and Fang, okay?
Yeah,
I will
yeah.
defend Saz.
Oh, God, Vanille. Jesus.
She gets worse, by the way. You wouldn't know this.
No, because I stopped playing it like 10 hours in.
She does. Oh, they all get worse. They all do. Just except Fang.
No, Saz wanted to tap that, too. Poor guy.
No, man. Saz has sense in him, okay?
Except
But he
Saz
still
has
does
a
the stupid shit
chocobo
anyway.
in his hair.
yeah, he doesn't have much sense. Like he's
No.
the one who tries to be sane, and then eats DS cartridges. So you know.
No, man. You can't compare that to this.
Do you know how much bird poop is on his skull? It's
I don't
soaked in
care.
at this point.
I don't care.
He has some kind of tumor on him now.
At least he is enjoyable, okay?
His bird
At
turned
least
into
I
a
didn't
merchant.
want to strangle him, okay?
Scratch
He's
that.
the comic relief.
Scratch that. His bird turned into a time-traveling merchant that's immortal.
I don't see that being a bad thing.
I see that thing. Fucking Chocolina. God.
Well, anyway,
Yeah, let's actually do things.
let's actually talk about video games and not video games that we don't like, okay? So we are going to do headlines again. We did it last week. I think we all enjoyed it. Today we have 4 headlines, so let's do them. Same deal as last week. We have anywhere between 4 to 6 topics. Today it's 4 that we go through very quickly, and then we pick one to really get into to discuss. So here we go. Headline number 1. Steam is dealing with 50,000 refund requests per day. Number 2. A kid finds a bag of meth and a used copy of Grand Theft Auto 5. Number 3. A $700 Okami quote-unquote life-sized bust has been revealed. And of course, number 4, the 2017 inductees for the Video Game Hall of Fame have been revealed. Which topic do we want to do, fellas?
That Steam one kind of interests me.
Really?
Yeah, you say that like, really that? Come on, 50,000 requests a day? That's kind of interesting.
It's insane. I would pick the Hall of Fame one.
I'm going to agree with John.
As much as I want to talk about the Okami one, because that thing is insane.
Yeah, that is cool. That is really cool. So, we will discuss the Video Game Hall of Fame then. Okay?
Should I go through it, or you want to?
No, I'll do it. So, the Video Game Hall of Fame has inducted new games to its roster, which include the following. The 1981 arcade version of Donkey Kong, Halo Combat Evolved for Xbox, Pokemon Red and Green, and Street Fighter II: The World Warrior. Those are the new...
Why
is Combat Evolved up there? Like what?
That's a question a bunch of people ask once, well, for one, first of all, the way this works is every year, at any point before they decide which one's going to go in, you can nominate your, whatever game that you choose should be in the Hall of Fame. Which is, it's an official thing. It's just not promoted really widely at all. Like, that's the sad thing is, like, this is one of the only places I've seen it at the nichegamer.com of all places. Like, no one really talks about this kind of thing. It's not well known. But, as you can see...
I'm sorry, I'm still on, like, why is this in the fucking Hall of Fame? Like, what?
Because, I will say the reason, because they probably have an official one on the site itself, but for me, it's the reason Xbox is alive.
Oh, that's not a good reason, though.
I didn't think it is. it is the first big name for Xbox, and it is a shooter that, at that time, like, this was, before Gears, right? Tyler, was it before Gears?
Halo?
Yeah.
Oh,
The
yeah.
first one, yeah, it was.
Yeah, the Gears didn't start until the 360 era.
Oh,
It was
wait a minute. Oh, fucking shit. We're talking about the first Halo?
Yeah, the first Halo.
Yeah.
Combat Evolved.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought this was like one of those, what was it called?
Halo
It was
Wars?
like a, not that, but it was like another Halo spinoff.
Like ODST? Or
I don't
Reach?
know, something like that. Maybe Reach. Maybe that was what I was thinking of. Like,
Yeah, this is the first
okay, like
Halo.
the first
Like,
Halo. Okay, I can understand that.
Yeah, I would say that's more than worthy to be in the Video Game Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I'm really happy Pokemon got in there. Like, I think Pokemon 100% deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
That game was
Because-
really innovative.
Because those two
Innovative for
games
its
really
time.
kickstarted something ginormous in the video game industry. Like, something huge. Huge. I want to go back.
It was one of the first games that let you have like over 100 different party members, man. In an
Yeah.
RPG. Like, that's fucking nuts.
I want to take a step back and I want to discuss the previous 2 years entries. So let's start with 2015, which was the first year of the Video Game Hall of Fame. The inductees for that year were the PC version of Doom, 1993, the arcade version of the original Pac-Man, 1980, the arcade version of Pong, 1972, the NES version of Super Mario Bros., 1985, the Game Boy version, is it the Game Boy?
No,
No, that can't be.
oh man. What
Was it, when did Tetris come out originally? Was it on NES? Or was it arcade?
No.
It was something earlier.
It has a very interesting backstory.
Huh.
But I think it blew up on the Game Boy, though. That's where most people knew about it.
It definitely blew up on the Game Boy. I know that. It was a really early version.
It was
I
the
forgot what it was on.
Electronica 60.
Yeah, it was on like some sort
That
of
is weird.
PC type
Yeah.
system.
Yeah, so the original version of Tetris on the Electronica 60, which is it's some sort of computer, microcomputer.
Essentially.
Interesting. Very interesting. And then finally, World of Warcraft on PC 2004. For 2016, we had The Legend of Zelda on NES 1986, The Oregon Trail 1971 on PC, The Sims 2000 on PC, Sonic the Hedgehog on Sega Genesis 1991, and the original arcade version of Space Invaders 1978. And again, another really great list of games that are
The
important.
fucking Sims, really?
I would
Oh
say
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but you go back and play that game now, and it's just like.
But it
has
was
not aged well.
important. But it was important. You know, it's an important game in history.
And yeah,
I like the games that I would put down as like to look back on them were yeah, okay, I see what your point. Because I mean,
Some of
like I was gonna say, you know, like games that age well, but then I think Pokemon, like, yeah, that game hasn't aged well, but
Yeah, it hasn't at all. Neither is the original Halo.
yeah.
That game sucks.
as for no,
Go ahead, John.
No,
No, you go ahead.
I was going to bring up the nominees that had fallen off for this year.
So that's exactly what I was going to say. So
Yeah.
I'll let you take that.
No, actually, you could do it since you have more down the versions of each one.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. So Final Fantasy VII on PlayStation, 1997. Microsoft Solitaire on PC, 1991. Mortal Kombat, 1992, the arcade version. Myst, 1993. I believe that's PC as well, isn't it, John?
Mac version.
Mac.
Yeah.
Okay, wow. Okay. Portal 2007, PC obviously. Resident Evil 1996 on PlayStation, and Wii Sports 2006 on Nintendo Wii.
Which that's the most interesting one to come up there.
That's the most interesting one, because I would actually swap that with Halo.
You would put
But I
Wii
think
Sports over Halo.
Yes.
Mm.
I think that is a way more important game than Halo. But I understand why they picked Halo. But I would not swap Donkey Kong or Pokemon.
No.
Because
I
those are very significant games.
And of course, personally, I wouldn't swap Street Fighter 2.
No, neither would I, because that's one of the most important, if not the most important fighting game ever made.
Pretty much, yeah, it pretty much is.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's a great list of games. If it were up to me, I would have put Wii Sports on there, just because that game did something no other video game ever did. Like, it sparked such a phenomenon. And it's a quality game, too. Like,
and
it's
it was
so
free.
simple. And it was free. And it was fun. It was great.
Of that,
Well, in quote, free.
okay, let's ask this then. Of that list of the nominees that didn't get in, would you pick Wii Sports, or would you pick another one?
If I had to pick two?
If you had to pick one out of that list of the
Besides
nominees that didn't get in.
Besides Wii Sports, or?
No, including Wii Sports.
Wii Sports.
You still pick Wii Sports?
Yeah. Yeah. If I had to pick a second one, I'd pick Final Fantasy VII. And they got, like, a Microsoft Solitaire. Like, what?
Dude, Final Fantasy VII was pretty important, too.
It's important,
Yeah,
but
definitely.
I would put it in later on. Like, it'd be I wouldn't put it over some of these. I wouldn't put it over Myst. I wouldn't put it over Wii Sports. And I wouldn't put it over Portal.
Okay. I think it's very interesting to point out the latest game that has been inducted in terms of when it released was World of Warcraft in 2004. That is the most recent game that has been inducted. I'm very curious if next year we're going to see more modern games.
That's always something that comes up for these Hall of Fame, get top 100 lists and all those kinds of things. It's like, how recent do you get when you come to those top lists?
Because I could easily see The Last of Us being on that. I could also very much see Super Mario Galaxy being put on that list. Like, there's a lot of Okami. Like, there's so many, like, really top-tier games that could be included on that list that just are not being considered right now. And I think they need to be considered those, because they are some of the greatest video games ever made.
At the same time, people will see it as blasphemy for you to put a successor of a game in some form, let's say Galaxy, over the original.
Yeah, but they've already inducted the original Mario Brothers.
I don't mean for like a Hall of Fame, I mean for like that kind of list that you bring up. It's like, you gotta bring up Super Mario Bros. You cannot bring up Galaxy. You have to bring up Super Mario Bros. Then maybe you can bring up Galaxy. So never cared for that.
I think Super Mario 64 belongs on this list. Like, really, that game needs to be on this list, because that game changed everything that we know about video games.
I would put Ocarina of Time over 64.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I would say Mario 60. I think Ocarina is a better game, but I think Mario 64 did something.
I agree with Tyler.
Like, Mario 64 was the game that inspired every single 3D game after that. Like, everything tried to copy Mario.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I would defend that it was much more easily replicable. Like, you could replicate that way much more than what Legend of Zelda did in terms of, there was a lot of experiments that got put into that game that no one else even bothered to try to touch.
Right, Z-targeting. Mm-hmm. Like, that was a huge revolution. But my point is, 3D games in general was completely revolutionized by Mario 64. That's why I think it's more significant than Zelda. I think Zelda did a lot for that franchise and did a lot for games, but not on that level Mario 64 did.
Okay.
Like, those two games paired together, whoa boy. That just completely shows the level of, sophistication Nintendo did with the 64.
On the first go.
And we're kind of seeing that again. With Breath of the Wild, like, they nailed open world games their first time around, which is insane.
It's kind of sad. Like, hasn't it happened for, like, every Nintendo console except the Wii U?
What, that they've had a game that was completely revolutionary?
Well, not revolutionary, but that had that kind of peak, that kind of, within that realm. That first game that they put out is always like pretty much close to launch, always been notable, and always comes back to people.
Yeah, I think so. Like the NES, Super Mario Brothers, obviously. the SNES, I'm not sure what would that game be. Would it be Mario World? Because I feel like that's just more of the same.
What would it be for SNES? Oh god,
I think
we're going too long with this.
I think but it's a good topic because we're talking about culturally important games.
Yeah.
I don't know what the SNES is because there's so many games on that are freaking fantastic. I would say the SNES is the big exclusion because I think that the most significant games on SNES that were just revolutionary weren't made by Nintendo. They were made by Square. And of course I'm talking about Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy VI. Like, I think those games did something for RPGs that nothing else prior to them did.
A year later would be A Link to the Past.
For the SNES?
Yeah. Otherwise it's Super Mario World and F-Zero.
Yeah, I don't... Maybe F-Zero. F-Zero was very revolutionary. Oh!
That was the first game that showed off the,
Scratch
what was it called? The, Mode 7? Or whatever?
Yeah, Mode 7. Scratch that. I think the most significant SNES games came later within Donkey Kong Country and Star Fox. I think those are the two most significant games because those two games pushed that console to its limits. And I would even say particularly with Donkey Kong Country because that game used some of the very first 3D models.
It's like you were saying though, Tyler. How Super Mario 64, everyone kind of copied that, but Super Mario 64 got inspiration from Star Fox and Donkey Kong Country. So, I mean those games are partially to blame for games like Super Mario 64. So, yeah, I think you're completely right.
I would say partially to thank.
Well, whatever. Same difference.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. The 64, obviously, the Mario 64 and Zelda Ocarina. Like, those games changed everything. GameCube is the interesting one, and I want to see if you guys are on the same page with me on this. What is the most significant game on GameCube?
Melee.
I disagree. What? Metroid Prime. That was Nintendo. Hear me out on this. That was Nintendo's first time really trying a first-person shooter, and they nailed it on their first attempt. Again.
You mean like significant in general, or just like what people go back and remember the most? Yeah.
No, I mean just significant for Nintendo. Like those games were... That Metroid Prime was significant.
I would say Metroid Prime then, yeah.
Because they had never done anything like it. Smash Brothers had already come out on 64. That was just a more refined version of that.
Well, Melee was the real game.
I would honestly say more than refined. Like they still play it to this day, and one of the biggest fighting communities, if not the biggest fighting community.
They still think like Sakurai still says like that's probably his greatest work.
Best game. Yeah, the best game he's ever made. Yep, for sure. I just think of Nintendo tackling new ideas. Metroid Prime was that because they never had done anything like that. And it was their first attempt to bring Metroid into 3D, and they just nailed it because everybody loves the original Metroid Prime.
Yeah.
Just my opinion, though.
And then we talked about the Wii, and now...
Wii Sports.
And the Wii U.
What's so funny, Joey?
I'm just laughing. It's like, there's just some topics we're going to brush by.
No,
it turned into something interesting. We can't help it.
Yeah. The Wii U, that's the thing though. Like, what is the game that's significant on that? I mean, you can bring up games like Nintendo
Splatoon.
Yeah,
that's easily the most significant Wii U game. I mean, come on, look what else you got to compare with.
I don't know. I'm torn between that. Go ahead, John.
No, I was just thinking that's more just commercial success than anything, honestly. There's nothing about it that really makes me go revolutionary or something. Like, it's another addition to the franchise.
I never said that, though, John. I said it's the most significant game on the Wii U.
Yeah. So,
I didn't say it was revolutionary, but I'm just saying what we have to compare with, that is easily, like, the best game.
I think the most revolutionary game on Wii U was Super Mario Maker. Because I don't think it was anything...
I disagree with that.
Why?
Because
I have a reason.
that had been done before, just not like licensed. You know what I mean? Like people have done interesting things without Nintendo having to hand it out to them.
Yeah, but would you ever think Nintendo would do something like that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been ever since like the modding scene. It's always been the modding scene that's been doing this forever. Like someone even made the career. Proton John made a career out of playing those kind of games, like Kaizu world matches and stuff like that.
Yeah, that is true.
It's been like, when are you going to do it, Nintendo? This is a moneymaker. What are you going to do? They finally did it.
That is true. Okay, fair point.
I do want to bring up one game that it wouldn't count, but it is pretty significant in Bayonetta 2.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah.
Like,
for sure.
That, them plus Nintendo didn't make sense. It caused a lot of controversy, of course, but more just, they don't touch those kind of M-rated games at all. It gave Platinum life. They're alive now thanks to that. And just, it's just one of those games that's like, yeah, it has a lot of significance in terms of, the Wii U.
I think in a large term, look at it, yeah, I think you're right about that.
I would just say specifically for Platinum though. Like that's significant just for them, but I mean like
I think it's significant also for Nintendo because I don't think anyone expected them to do that. Like that's not the type of game at the time. I think people have been more open to Nintendo funding more mature games, but at the time people were like, "What? Really? Nintendo was interested in that?" Now we kind of just think of Bayonetta as a Nintendo game. Like just
I'm still gonna argue with you and say Splatoon, man.
Alright, fair enough. We all have different opinions on this.
And we already have one for Switch.
Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're not
And Mario Odyssey could also be a game like that, but I think Breath of the Wild is just completely mind-blowing. You could say that's also a Wii U's game, but...
ARMS, though.
I don't know about ARMS. Could be.
I mean, we gotta wait till it comes out.
Right, exactly, we do.
But I'm just saying that could be a possibility too.
Could be. Very much could be. I hope they do another new IP though. That's really mind blowing.
They've been doing that a lot lately.
Yeah, they have.
I'm disappointed that Codename Steam didn't catch on.
Yeah.
Splatoon kind of just blew that shit out of the water.
It did because
what's Codename Steam?
They came out around the same time too. It's like,
yeah, exactly.
And then Nintendo tried to make that thing a success because they literally had a whole panel dedicated to the E3. They announced it. Like they wanted people to know about the game.
Do you know what the pre-order item they gave away?
Yeah, it was the Majora's Mask pen.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
like they really wanted to push that game.
Yeah,
they really wanted it to be successful.
Well, I'll point out one very important thing about that. Maybe name it better.
Yes.
Kind of like the Wii U. Just maybe you should name it something better if you really want it to sell that hard.
I mean, we're talking about the company that just announced the new 2DS XL. Oh, Nintendo. Well, that's it for the Hall of Fame. We just talked about the significance of video games.
Yeah.
That's great. I think that's a great segue for our first major news topic, and it is about Nintendo. Because today, Nintendo has announced its E3 2017 plans, and it includes a Nintendo presentation, which they're calling Nintendo Spotlight, Nintendo Treehouse, and also live tournaments for ARMS and Splatoon 2.
Yes!
Yeah!
I'm excited.
I want to read off
excited.
what the details are for the Nintendo Spotlight that got sent out to press. So, Nintendo Spotlight for E3 2017. On June 13th at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern, tune into e3.nintendo.com for a look at Nintendo Switch games for 2017, including Super Mario Odyssey. Immediately following the presentation, at an unspecified time, will be the Nintendo Treehouse Live, which will share gameplay for Nintendo Switch and 3DS titles with members of the Treehouse and developers. And also on June 13th and 14th, there will be a 2017 Splatoon 2 World Inkling Invitation and a 2017 ARMS Open Invitational live from the E3 booth. So, they have stuff going on. I want to talk a little bit about the wording of this. First of all, what's your guys' thoughts on this? Any excitement?
Dude, I am fucking ready.
Expect
My body is ready.
For me,
Yep.
Nintendo, like, even when Nintendo comes and disappoints, I still somehow feel just amazing after watching it.
Pure
You know what I
joy.
mean? Yes. So, I mean, like, Nintendo could still end up disappointing me, and there's still something good out of it. Like, with 2015, they had, like, the tournament thing.
Mhm.
Like, the Nintendo World Tournament. Like, that was a shitty year for Nintendo as far as announcing games and stuff. But that fucking tournament was awesome, dude. I loved watching that.
Yeah, Nintendo's had a rough few years at E3, and I think this is their opportunity to really come in swinging with some exciting stuff. My one concern is how they are wording their events. Let me read off the Nintendo website describing the Nintendo Spotlight, which is this year's digital event. Nintendo's activities at E3 2017 kick off with the Nintendo Spotlight E3 2017 video presentation featuring a closer look at Super Mario Odyssey and new details for Nintendo Switch games launching this year.
direct.
Right, it's a direct.
That's a direct.
But the thing that I'm sort of concerned about is I hope they don't overly focus on games launching this year or exclusively talk about games launching this year. I think it's very important for them to tease 2018 titles. They cannot just come in and show games launching this holiday because immediately people are going to be asking, what am I playing after Christmas? You know, they gotta talk a little bit more.
I'm definitely expecting to see, like, some sort of teaser for the Fire Emblem game next year.
I think they need to talk about new games. Like, they can show Fire Emblem. I think that would be awesome. They need to talk about what their other teams are working on.
That's what I mean, though. Like, that new Fire Emblem game. Not the Fire Emblem Warriors.
No, yeah, I know what you meant. The new Fire Emblem. The 2018 one. But that's already announced. They need to talk about new games. Like, stuff we just have no clue about.
Well, we haven't seen shit on that game, so, I mean, come on, that's a pass.
Alright,
To be fair.
But my thing is, they need to talk about what some of their internal studios are doing, and they need to talk about what Retro's doing. They need to let the cat out of the bag on that one.
What we don't know exists, essentially.
Yeah. Like, they need to talk about Retro's game. If they announce anything for 2018, that's the game they need to show. I'm not even saying have it playable on the show floor. On the show floor, yeah, they should be focusing on games shipping this year. 100%. And I'm sure there's... I'm totally. And I think that, there's also going to be games that they will announce stay fresh, for 2017 that we just don't know about yet. Not including the Rabbids game that leaked, because I think that's real. I think they will talk about that. I hope they don't spend too much time on it, but I think that will be a 2017 game. I think there's going to be at least 1 or 2 titles we don't know about for 2017.
Don't they need to talk about ports, too? Like of Skyrim and stuff like that?
Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be some time for that as well.
I'm not just saying Skyrim, but some other stuff.
Unless they come
in a similar situation.
Unless they come on stage at a third-party conference, such as Bethesda or Ubi, to talk about their games. Which I also see as a possibility.
Shit, dude, can you imagine, like, them announcing Fallout 4 or something? That'd be kind of crazy.
That'd be neat.
Look, they already did the most shocking appearing on an Apple conference.
Yeah.
So
that's what I'm saying, like...
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if somebody representing Nintendo did show up on stage on one of those conferences to talk about their games on Switch.
It'd be Reggie. It's always going to be Reggie.
Oh, it would definitely be Reggie. For sure. Or Bill.
As far as what you say, Tyler, I agree. At the same time, it's Nintendo. I'm expecting them to focus almost completely exclusively on this year. And whatever direct they're going to have for next year's stuff is going to be next year's stuff.
I don't think they can, though. I think that they're going to get a lot of hate.
It depends
if they do that.
It depends on how much they show for this year. Because if there is a sufficient amount to get the good hype for everything that's going to happen this year, then it's going to be fine.
Yeah. I think the 2 games that are both ports of games that might launch this year that I think are a real possibility that they announced at E3 that would really get people excited is Smash, obviously, and also Pokemon. Because there's been a lot of rumors recently. I don't know if you've been following it, any of you. The Pokemon Stars stuff has been, like, really in high gear these last couple of days. Like,
What do you
people
mean
are
by
going...
that?
Just people going really in depth on looking at Nintendo's website for their directs. Like, they recently removed some sort of Pokemon Direct from their YouTube page. It was last year's Sun and Moon Direct. They completely removed it. So people are like, oh, are they trying to remove this in order to not confuse people about stars? Because that'll be the focus.
A slight reach, but sure.
And then people are also looking into when Pokemon games have been announced, which now is usually around the time they are announced. Which I kind of disagree. I feel like they might make an exception and actually announce this game at E3 because it's on a home console, and they'd make a huge deal out of it because of that. But if they announce those two games, I feel like maybe they could get away with not talking about anything for 2018. But I feel like there's gonna be maybe one little tease. And if it's anything, it's gonna be Metroid.
Fire Emblem, bruh.
But if they want to get people... My point is, if they want to get people excited for an upcoming 2018 game, they need to do Metroid. Because we all know that they're doing something Metroid.
Tyler, just give it up. They don't give a fuck about Metroid anymore.
They do.
Federation Force 2!
By the way, God, don't even. So, Retro
shit.
Studios has been kind of active on Twitter lately, and they tweeted out, I forget who, I think it was Jose Otero, or one of the guys from IGN. And they tweeted this picture. I gotta get it. But basically it was a picture of Prime Rib. But there you see somebody asks, hey, what game are you making? We old people want to know. And Retro tweets out something delicious, and it has a picture of Prime Rib on it.
That looks like some Federation forces right there.
So, who knows what Retro's working on? Sounds like they're working on something juicy. And hopefully they talk about it soon. God, they better. Nintendo better announce what's gonna happen to Retro, because everyone wants to know what they're working on. Oh, and also the Deus Ex composer is also working on the game.
I saw that news article. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's interesting.
Good choice. Good choice.
Very good choice. So, and he's also a big Metroid fan. Maybe they're working on Metroid?
I'm prepared for the fake out.
I'm prepared for the new IP. Cranky Kong's Adventure.
While Joey is still like Fire Emblem. Which is fair.
Just give the guy Fire Emblem.
Hey,
we're looking.
I would be excited.
You
to see
guys
Fire
got the
Emblem,
shit
too.
that you guys got the shit that you're excited for, and I got the shit that I'm excited for. Fuck you. Seriously.
I'm in the not really caring much at all. Like I'm just
dude.
waiting to see
I
what's
want to
coming
see Fire Emblem. I just want to also see other things that we don't know about.
I'm just speaking on I know what general fans want to see in Metroid. Like they want to see Metroid fucking now already. Come on, do it already.
Look,
I just want to see what Retro's
shit,
working
dude.
on.
I don't understand you guys. You guys are like thinking like, oh, I don't give a fuck about Metroid. I hope they don't fucking show that shit. Like, I still want to see that shit.
I never said I don't want them to show it.
Well, that's what
I just
you guys are insinuating. Like,
no,
what
I
the
didn't.
fuck?
I never said that. I kind of want to see Fire Emblem. I want to see what that looks like. But I also want to see a Metroid. I want to see what Retro's working on. Honestly, I don't care
I'm not
what
opposed. I'm not opposed to any of that. I just want to see Fire Emblem. That's what
Okay,
I fucking
that's
like.
fine.
Shit.
I'm not the one that gave you shit about it. It's John.
Well, I'm talking to him too. Shit.
I didn't even give a shit. I just said I don't care either way. It's just I know the general populace, just the people. What do they want to see more? Metroid.
All right.
We got a lot of Fire Emblem out here. Like we haven't got shit for Metroid except Federation forces.
Yeah, Metroid and Fire Emblem have like swapped places in recent years,
Pretty much. Oh, man.
which I am not opposed to. I mean, it sucks for Metroid. I do think they need more games, but man,
I'd rather see another Metroid.
seeing more Fire Emblem games just fucking pleases me to no end, man. Like,
I'm glad for
I
you
am
because
on on full erection mode, man.
because that's a franchise you love, and I'm really happy that
Well,
the franchise
it's not just a franchise I love, but it's just a franchise that never like really got big up until now. So
right, and
just,
I'm happy.
It's
for
goddamn amazing to see, man.
I'm also
It's
just
cool.
sad Metroid's not as big as it is. I just want a new Metroid.
It's both because we haven't seen one in such a good moment, and the fact that the last two games were Federation Forces and Other M. Like,
Yeah. Like, I just want to see a good, respectable team working on it, because I feel like they just keep on handing it off to people. Like, we haven't gotten a really proper Metroid game since
oh my
Prime
god.
3 Corruption.
Which is 10 years ago.
Which was 10 years ago, yeah. We
What
need
the
a new
fuck?
proper Metroid game.
If they were to do another Metroid, do you think it'd just be like a complete reboot?
I would
at this
hope
point they
that's
would
the
have
case.
to.
But I get the feeling, like, if Retro is working on it, they're gonna do another Prime. Like, another first-person shooter, which I'm okay with. I
Well-
would rather see them do something new.
Well, that's more or less what I mean, like a reboot of like that
Yeah.
series or something.
Yeah, I would think so. I don't
Something
think
that,
they'll...
man. You know what really makes me mad though is like they never made that fucking 3DS Metroid game, man.
No, they never did.
Like they should have done that. I don't understand why.
Metroid,
And
what was it called? Dread?
And I'm talking. Well, I mean, I'm just talking about like a 2D Metroid style
Yeah.
game on
Yeah, I know
3D.
what you mean.
Like, oh man, that would have been so goddamn good, dude.
Yeah, well, Nintendo.
I want to play.
Federation Force.
We got fucking what was that stupid game called that pretty much made Federation Force or whatever? You know, the ball game thing.
Oh, Blast Ball?
Blast Ball, yeah. We got fucking Blast Ball instead. God damn it. I'm sorry. It's just...
I can
By the
tell
way,
you're
this
upset.
is a Metroid game. Like, man, what the hell, dude? Really? I'm
Federation.
sorry.
It's okay.
Federation.
You guys want to
Force.
move on from Nintendo? Next week, we're doing our E3 predictions, which should be really fun.
Speaking of E3, just real quick, there's going to be another PC show. No one cares.
Nope, no one cares.
I've watched
PC's
them.
the master race, John.
I've watched every single one of them, but they're not E3. They only just happen at E3. The same way Nintendo does things at E3. They just happen to be there for the event. They're just doing their own thing at that show. They're not doing a conference, not anything. And the PC one is just a talk show with Day 9, which is cool, but it's not much.
Okay.
It's not enough for me.
We're not covering it, so that's
No.
that.
No one does.
No one does. That's the sad thing about it.
Like, they'll talk about what games got announced there as a news preview, but as far as the show goes, no. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Day 9 is cool, though.
Alright, we gotta move on to the next topic here. So I think we'll be able to get through these next couple of them pretty fast. News topic number 2. Koei Tecmo has confirmed Dynasty Warriors 9 will be released worldwide. The game will be coming to PlayStation 4. It's unconfirmed if it will be coming to any other platforms worldwide, but it's definitely coming on PS4 in Japan. Dynasty Warriors 9 is the series' first open world entry. There will still be one-on-one or one versus 1,000 actions, but they will now take place on one map with multiple regions inspired by actual Chinese locations.
Ooh.
The game,
That sounds
I bel-
lit as shit, dude.
yes, and it looks very, very pretty. It does not have a release date, but it looks very, very, very pretty looking.
Too bad I never cared for the previous Dynasty Warriors games.
This one looks different, though. I think I will check
I
this
mean,
one out eventually.
I will have to look more into it, but like I seem
mean,
to
just
like
looking
more of the
at
spin-offs than
this-
I do the actual game series.
That's the big question of, like, you did these other Warrior games, alright. Are you getting are you getting them back? Are you able to pull in some of these people that you gave to Hyrule? And are you gonna give it to Fire Emblem? Are you gonna get them to your mainstay? Which I don't see too hopeful for.
No, I don't think there'd be any cameos in it. I think it's just going to be their characters.
No, I mean getting the fans, getting people to buy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, to be honest.
Definitely getting
This
that
game
Fire
looks
Emblem
really, really stunning, though. I hope this turns out well for them. Just looking at these screenshots, it's like, wow, this looks great.
canceled.
Cancelled, no. Poor game. Well, so yeah, Dynasty Warriors 9 coming out worldwide. We'll definitely be keeping up with that as we hear more. But we need to move on to news topic number 3. A big one for John and I.
Oh. Yes.
The teasing for the next Platinum game coming to PC has finally ended. Vanquish is officially coming to PCs on May 25th, 2017, Sega has revealed. The game will cost $20 at launch, but if you bought Bayonetta, you'll get an additional 25% off discount, making the game $15.
I'm full mass right now.
Yep.
Oh, God, yes.
I'm so happy that this game is finally getting a second life because it is a fantastic video game.
It has deserved it. I can't even remember if there was any marketing at all for this damn game.
I don't remember it at all if there was.
Yeah. Like, I don't even remember, like, seeing, like, Japanese commercials at all or anything of it. It deserves this second life that it's getting, and hopefully people buy it because they see Platinum. They say, "Oh, we got that band." A surprising amount of people got the Bayonetta game. I'm happy about that.
That's good. I think the discount's a great idea too because that's even more of an incentive to pick this one up.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna look up real quick because it said like, yeah, PC sales 100,000 units sold in like the first couple of weeks.
Wow.
Which for a port, yeah, I'll take that. Hopefully this one does the same. It's, think of it as a, what's the best word? I wouldn't say baby version, but the spiritual prequel to Revengeance. That's what I like to think of it as. Because a lot of Revengeance is in this game. Or I should say the other way around. A lot of Vanquish is in Revengeance. Like, I can see it clear as day. Like, I'm always surprised there hasn't been made a Raiden skin for your main character in Vanquish.
Yeah, Vanquish is such an underrated gem. Like, definitely get that game. I hope they bring it to PS4 and Xbox One as well. Because if they can do a PC port, they should put it on PS4 and Xbox One.
Yeah.
Same deal with the original Bayonetta. I think both those games would get a huge audience.
Honestly, considering how Platinum works, though, I would imagine they would do it as a remaster collection.
Yeah, I was exactly thinking that. They could do it as a double pack.
Yeah.
Bayonetta 1 and Vanquish. That'd be great.
They'll probably put one more in there. What would it be,
Which
though?
one would it be?
Scalebound.
No, it'd have to be something made. It'd have to be something from Sega.
I'd almost want to say Mad World, but I can't see that.
That's
happening.
what I would say as well, Mad World.
Yeah.
That's probably what I would go with.
That was a Platinum game?
Yep.
Yep. It was the first one they ever made.
Oh, really?
Yep. That game could really use an uplift. Mad World. That
It'd
game
probably
stuck
do better.
on me.
It'd probably do better if it wasn't on the fucking Wii.
I've never been a big fan of that game, to be honest. It was made my eyes hurt.
I was always interested in it because it reminded me of No More Heroes.
Mm.
And it has a goddamn good soundtrack, seriously.
Otherwise, it'd be Wonderful 101, which is not happening.
No, that's Nintendo published.
Yeah.
So, scratch that. And none of those Activision games are going to get republished.
Nope.
So yeah, I think Mad World's the only one they really could re-release, unfortunately.
Wouldn't be a bad collection for an HD collection.
What's that?
Wouldn't be a bad collection for HD kind of stuff.
No, for sure. No. I just know Mad World would be the one that needs a lot of uplifting done to it.
Yeah.
Like, they pretty much would have to completely remaster that game. Like, these are just ports. Like, that would be a remaster. But yeah. Anyway, we need to move on to our last news topic, so we have a little bit of time to talk about some of the games we've been playing. A big news topic came out today that Square Enix is dropping the Hitman IP and developer IO Interactive after lackluster sales from the new Hitman episodic series. They are now in discussions with potential new investors to pick up the company IO Interactive, the Japanese publisher Square Enix announced today. So yeah, it looks like they are selling IO Interactive, and they are ditching Hitman as an IP. Big news.
What a fucking god. Fuck you, Square. Jesus Christ.
Very disappointing.
How does a company get this much love and hate at the same time?
I don't know, man.
Like, at one point it was Konami that was at that point, but now they're just, you hate them to death. EA is more on a hate than love. The Square is like pretty level on like, love because you did these things, and this shit is infuriating.
See, I feel like Square's done a lot of good lately, and this is just kind of like, why are you doing this? Like, this is just a bad move, and I say that because they've done a lot of good with games like Rise of the Tomb Raider and Final Fantasy 15 have done very well, and they also made that deal with Marvel to make games, which I think will turn out well. And then they just make decisions like this, like, well, okay.
They got rid of Hitman. They killed sleeping dogs. Oh, that's still seasoned.
And Deus Ex is also gone as well.
Yep.
They're putting that on hiatus.
Yep.
That I understand because the Mankind Divided didn't do very well, so I understand why they're like, would we rather make an Avengers game or would we want to make another Deus Ex? I mean, the choice is pretty clear. What's going to do better?
They're not going to go back to Deus Ex. Alright, I can already tell.
No, they won't. They'll keep doing Marvel games. For sure.
God damn it. Rip Hitman.
Rip. And also, apparently, they are also making another Thief.
Which?
So, I never played the original.
I even have it on Steam right now, so I have that installed, ready to play again if I need to. I didn't play the new version that got made. I still want
That's
to.
the one I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. I'm talking original. The Thief Gold.
I'm talking about the reboot.
Yeah, I still need
like
to
they're
play
making another one of those.
I still need to play that.
Yeah. I'll probably rent it someday. I think it's one of those buy one, rent one, get one free type games that are in there. So maybe I'll pick it up one day.
And for anyone that cares out there, the other game that dies with IO is Kane and Lynch.
Rip. Oh, Jeff Gertzman. I'm sure he has a few things to say about that game.
No. Yeah. Fuck, I still need to play Dog Days. I don't want to, though.
Oh well. So yeah, Square, not a great choice, but we'll see where it goes. Maybe somebody will end up picking up IO and they'll make games for them. We'll see.
Yeah. Also rip Hitman Go. Kinda. Mini Ninjas. I'm just looking at IO Interactive's games on the list.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Mini Ninjas, which no one cares. And Freedom Fighters, which no one cares. So yeah, it's just Hitman.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it's life. Oh well, that's it for our news this week. I say we talk about our games real quick. I'm gonna let you start, John.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Persona 5.
Okay, yeah, that's not a shocker, but sure.
I actually haven't been playing as much because I've been playing more Overwatch because I'm like, I want to see where I can go with competitive before the season ends. Which, by the way, Joey, the season's going to end of this month.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny you bring that up, though, because me and my friends did competitive the other night, and we were actually fucking smoking the shit out of people, man. I pretty much have switched over to Lucio instead of Zenyatta, who used to be my main, but yeah, it's fucking Lucio all the way now. I was booping the shit out of people.
Just out of curiosity, what's your rank?
I'm actually almost platinum. I can't tell you off the top of my head, but it's like 2400 or something like that. So I'm almost there, dude. Can you believe that shit?
No, I can believe it. Just
a scrub like me.
No,
playing with the big boys.
No. No, platinum is not the big boys, but it's good enough. Just me,
bigger than what I'm used to, anyway.
Oh yeah. No, my recent 2 days ago, I think it was, that I played. I went initially 0-7.
Damn. That's rough.
And my friend told me, okay, you're 0-3, just stop solo queuing competitive, just stop and just let it go. I'm like, no! I'm gonna get at least one, I don't care how low I get. Do you know how low I got? 2,300.
Oh shit. That means I'm higher than you now? What the fuck is this magic?
No, I went back up. I got a couple points.
Okay.
But you're probably gonna pass me. Like, this has been just heartbreaking for me, honestly. And as I went through, I'm just like, it's not my performance. My friend is watching me, and he's just like, this is not your performance. You're playing like a god right now with Hog. What's going on with these games? There was one game in particular on Ilios where we were about to lose. We're down 2 rounds. They're at 99%. We're in overtime. And I brought it back on a 1v5.
What?
I right-click killed the Mercy. I hooked and killed the Pharah. I killed the Lucio that was trying to drive by and boot me. I killed the ulting Genji. And then I killed the other Hog that came in and hooked him.
Did you get play of the game?
Nope.
Really?
A Lucio that booped off 2 people. Got it.
I did it, guys.
And we lost that
man.
game. Like, I got that round for us completely. And
was it just your team?
it was the team. It was literally just the team. Every game, I almost had 5 gold. One of the games, I did have 5 gold. As in, I out-healed Our Mercy and Anna. I don't know what my team was doing!
Dude, we've been pretty blessed with whatever teammates we got, because we pretty much take your advice now, John. We don't do a full team of 6 now. Like, the biggest it will get is like a team of 4.
Yeah.
And usually the randos they give us are actually really goddamn good. Most of them are like platinum level players. So, yeah, we've just been getting really lucky. I think the other night when we played, I think we played like 6 or 7 matches and we only lost one of them the entire time.
Nice.
So we've been doing pretty well. Like, I think the last 2 or 3 nights we played, we've done really well.
It's been a nightmare for me. like I'm straight up like, you know what? I'm gonna end up in silver.
Damn.
Like, it was going so fucking bad with all these teams, and I just couldn't understand what was going on, because I'm like, do I need to communicate better? Do I need to guide these teams from top to fucking bottom? And eventually I got a couple of those wins. I said, alright, I'm done. I think I'm just gonna finish this season. Like, at this point, I'm just like, get me back up to actual platinum level. Like, I'm still got the symbol, of course, but just get me back up to platinum, and I can just stop forever.
I want to try and hit platinum before the month is over with, because if I at least get that high, I am guaranteed to get a nice amount of, what is it called? Like the little credits they give you.
Points, yeah.
Yeah, because I definitely want to try and get a gold weapon.
And
I'm halfway there.
I have enough to buy it, but I never would. Like, I still want them to release something, because the anniversary is coming up, and there's going to be a huge anniversary loot box thing apparently coming out for that.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I hope they add something else that's more than just golden. Because as much as nice as it looks, I don't want gold. I want something else. I want a different color.
If they did, though, what do you think they would do? Like, would it be a different colored weapon, or would it just be like a different weapon altogether? That'd be kind of interesting.
Might be the weapon.
I think
it'd be
like
different
it would. I mean, like, it would do the same thing, but it just looks different.
Yeah, I would think it'd be different color. I think it'd be something. Go with a cheaper chrome, slightly cheaper.
Something that would be kind of funny though is if eventually, like on an April Fool's, they let you buy, like, let's say Lucio was using like somebody else's weapon, like McCree's pistol or whatever. Like, that'd be kind of cool if they did something like that.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I could see going. Like them, like they should eventually go to that.
We'll see what they do. I don't know what they're gonna do. I've just been on a very depressed road of Overwatch lately, so there's that.
I'm the complete opposite for once. It's like we swapped places there. Usually I just have a fucking rage session. Usually, but no, it's been going pretty smoothly.
I wasn't even angry. Like, it didn't until I was like 0-5, and then it hit me. I was just like, wait, I got 5 gold. Oh, it's that kind of night.
Everybody just like, derp, what do I do?
Mercy, Rez, Mercy. The team chat is saying Rez. The communicator is saying Rez. You know who she rezzes? One person, because she waited too long.
GG.
No, literally. That, it rezzed, and then he got killed, and it was literally game at that. It said victory. And I was just like, defeat. And I was just like, oh, no.
We have a really good Mercy on our little team. Like, I think she got 2 or 3 play of the games the other night, getting like 5 people, like pretty much the entire team rezzed up, so.
Nice.
Yeah. Shoutouts to Lady Ravy.
By the way, on my Discord server, they got to hear me ranting this entire time about like going almost 0-7. It was like every game was just like, there's something else. Oh, it's getting worse. I'm spiraling like SpongeBob.
Tumbling down, tumbling down, tumbling down.
Otherwise, no more Overwatch.
What?
Persona 5. I've been playing the game more, obviously, but I've been doing more of that analytical thinking and comparing it to the previous games, and just as a kind of example of where I'm coming from when it comes to these games and what I would be breaking down. One of the new elements of the games is the guns they give you, which is second weapon that you always have on your hand. It's an off weapon, essentially. You have limited ammo for each time you go to a palace, and once you run out of the ammo, you can't use it anymore.
I was wondering if that was a new feature or not, because I was gonna say something about it in the review that I'm doing for the site.
It's completely new. They've never had a side weapon or anything like that this entire way. It's always been whatever weapon you have, which for at least one of the characters, it has been a gun in the past as a main weapon, but didn't have the ammo thing or anything like that. It was just a weapon. Or the Personas, which had all the abilities. In this case,
gun abilities.
Yeah. In this case, the gun is being used as a second physical attack. So you got the regular attack, which is just essentially called a slash attack, and the gun attack, which you can consider a bash attack. Persona 3, you had 3 of them. The slash, the strike, and the bash. Persona 4, they had none. They only had the physical attack, and that was just it. They had cut away from it because there was almost no purpose of having 3 physical types of attacks. It just overcomplicated the game system to something that they didn't want to. It basically became irrelevant. Like, there was no point of having that kind of breakdown of physical attacks. Just, if you're gonna attack, you're just gonna get the damage. If you're not, then you don't get the damage. It's whatever. And that's where it went for Persona 4. It wasn't exactly streamlining the game. It was more just a rebalance that just made more sense to just say, we don't need to do more than one physical type of attack. So to see it reintroduced in Persona 5 was interesting, until I think back to Persona 3, and see how it's being applied to here, and go, guns aren't useful. They're kind of useless, honestly. When, more than just how the game is balanced, in which the game makes guns almost completely useless unless you're attacking for weakness. There is almost zero situation you would use guns outside of attacking a weakness. And like Tyler, I guess you could kind of consider that a gameplay spoiler, but even when you start playing it, you're gonna realize like, yeah, guns don't do shit unless you're attacking for a weakness point.
I mean, it was always kind of they always implemented a gun special, right, in previous games. Like, at least I know that's how it was in Shin Megami Tensei.
Not in the Persona
Right?
games.
Oh, not in the Persona games?
Not in the Persona
I
games.
thought it was.
No.
You sure it wasn't in Persona 4?
Only as was this someone's weapon? No, it was no one's weapon in that game.
Well, no. I mean, like, it was like a special move that, like, the Persona could use.
No,
Really?
no guns at all. Persona 4.
Huh.
So Persona 3 had the evokers that you shot yourself in the head to get the persona to come out.
Well, maybe they added the guns in because of Shin Megami Tensei.
Because of the negotiations, yeah. But because they made it a gameplay element also for attacking the enemies, I just been analyzing that kind of factor of it, and I just went, even if they did balance the game more correctly, it still does nothing. And it just, these kind of things that I'm looking at, and I go, it makes me think, like, the next game that they make, however far away that is, next decade, because they're gonna milk this game to fucking
Exactly,
death.
yeah. Okay, it's just the next decade is just gonna be Persona 5 spin-offs.
It's gonna be milked to death. unless Sega really pushes them to make a new one, which they're not, because they're like, we just gotta leave Atlas alone. Don't touch them. It's the right thing to do every time.
Yeah, basically, Atlas right now is Tyler Perry, essentially. Like, you just gotta let him work his magic and he'll make you money. That's
How long
it
did
goes.
Persona 3 stay as, like, the main game? Because wasn't that a really late release?
Oh no, God, I gotta look that up.
On PlayStation 2? I want to say that was a super late release.
That was
No, I think Persona 4 was even a really late release.
Persona 4
That was
was
like
late
a
release.
2008 or something.
Oh yeah, there's
2007.
only like a 2-year difference between these games. Oh wow.
Though there was Persona 3, and then Persona 3 FES, and then they started off doing things with that.
Did they never port Persona 4 to the PS3? Like, it sounds like they should have done that.
No, they never did.
Huh. Just the Vita.
Yeah.
So which version is better of Persona 3? Is it Persona 3 Portable? That's the better version?
Persona 3 Portable. The thing is, because they had to port it to the PSP, there is no 3D of it. So, like, for Persona 3 on the PS2, you have the whole 3D environment that you're actually running around in. In Persona 3 Portable, you only have a map and you have a cursor that you move around.
Ugh. No, I wouldn't like that.
Yeah, but I heard that, like, there is no, there is no one game that is, like, better overall, because I hear that some of the content that they put in the PSP game, like, pretty much just completely, like, just destroys whatever's in the PS2 version, like,
Yes.
because I think there's an option where you could play as either a male or a female character, and that gives you tons of stuff to, like, you know, it just gives you tons of options that weren't previously available, stuff like that.
They started with the male MC that they usually do, and for the PSP portable version, they put the female character in it, which completely changed the social links almost on its head. It changed the bits of the story, even, and interaction with all the characters, because they have new dialogue, and some of them are even voiced, and a slightly different ending.
So basically, it has better replayability than the PS2 one.
Yeah, and it has more features in it, and it has more social links that come in, and the gameplay is better altogether, because PS2 version of Persona 3, you only control your character.
Huh.
Yeah, the others are AI controlled.
Yes, which means...
That's interesting.
Which is, there's plenty of memes about that, especially with Mitsuru always using Marin Karen. Which, for your terminology, Joey, that would be, brainwashing. All the time. That's all she ever used, all the time. It's just brainwash.
Now what about FES? What is FES?
That was, a slightly...
It's expansion, right?
Yeah, essentially a little expansion that is considered the official version. So, like, Persona 3 was the first release that I think it's still just Japan. And then FES was the both English and Japan version that expanded a bit.
Oh, so it doesn't really change the core gameplay.
Not really, no.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just
because that's the one I have on PSN. That's the one I have on PSN. So I have it if I ever wanted to play it.
I would still say go for portable, just so you have more sanity for the gameplay, because it is frustrating to deal with. I'm doing my stuff on my team. What are you all going to do? Are you going to heal me? Are you going to heal me? No? Oh, well.
GG.
If I ever come across a copy, I'll get it on PSP.
You can get it on. You can get it digitally for cheaper too. I would imagine.
On Vita?
Yeah, it's pretty cheap.
Because I don't
you
have
can get it
a
on
Vita. Could I play it on PSTV?
Yes.
I
can.
assume you can get it on PSP too if you have one.
Huh, I might look into that. If I can play it on PSTV, like I will consider that.
I'll
for sure.
Try that right after the podcast.
It's only $10.
Really, on PSN?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're super cheap.
All of them are, except for Golden, of course. But even then, that's $30. That's not too bad for a big game like that.
It's $20 actually, but
no, it was 30 whenever I got it. PS4 Golden.
Oh, Persona 4 Golden?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm talking about Persona 3.
You sure it's 20? I thought it was 10.
It's 20. Yeah. Persona 4 Golden's 30.
Maybe it went up then, because I know all of them except for Golden were $10.
Now, Golden I'll definitely play on Vita, on PSTV.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it.
Yeah. Because that's like one of the only reasons I bought. Not the only reason I bought my PSTV, but it was like one of the main reasons I kept it because I knew I'd play Persona 4 on it eventually.
Yeah.
Eventually. I haven't done shit with my Vita. That's kind of saddening.
I need to get a memory card though, unless I just buy the game physically, which is probably what I'll end up doing.
I bought one. 16 gigs.
I'll probably get an 8 gig, just because, like, literally the only games I want to play on the PSTV is Persona 3 and Persona 4.
I mean, that's understandable. I had so many fucking, like, PSP games, though, that I wanted to bring on my Vita, so...
Oh, the ones you bought online?
Yeah, and I still had to go, like, man... I still had to go and, like, buy some of the games I had physically, because I can't play them on my Vita, and I can't play them on my PSP, because the PSP is fucked.
Yeah, I still have mine, but I do not want to play a game on it. Like Persona, personally.
Especially the only game that didn't make the transfer over was like Birth by Sleep. Which I don't really need to go out and buy that game unless I really wanted to play it on the go.
So it looks like Persona 3 Portable is not compatible with PSTV.
It isn't?
I am looking at a list right now. Unless it's under Shin Megami Tensei.
It is.
Yes, look down
Persona.
there.
Let me look at the S's then. Okay, yep, never mind. It is. Shin Megami Tensei Persona 3 Portable.
I thought so.
And also, it looks like the original 2 Personas on PS1 are also compatible.
Yeah, because they're PSN games and not locked to PS2.
Right. Yep. Cool.
Mm.
So I know I have an outlet for that. Excellent.
But yeah, just more I delve into this game and analyze it, the more I go, I've seen so much of this before in little doses, and I see how it became like a lot of Persona 5 that's been added, a lot of the features have been added, has existed in some way in the previous games, but they really exploded on it. Some of it, though, like the guns in the gameplay, just, I go, you guys could have balanced it better. You guys could have done more with it. You should have been more expansive on it. But it's not bad features. It's just imbalanced.
Right.
Yeah. And that's why I used that comparison last time, compared to like GTA 3. Like, this is a huge leap from your previous game, and everything about it is amazing, no matter how you look at it. And then you break it down, and I was like, you could have done better.
Mm-hmm.
Even though you're 10 out of 10 quality, you still have room to build, and that makes me excited for the next game, whenever that far future is.
For Persona 6.
Yeah. Which, not even...
I don't know if they're gonna make you wait as long as you think they're gonna make you wait.
It's up to Sega. If it was up to Atlas, they're gonna do the anime first, a full-fledged one. They're gonna do a movie first. They're gonna do some kind of spin-off game on whatever console or handheld they decide to put it on, most likely end up on a Switch for whatever reason. like Persona Q ended up on the 3DS for whatever reason.
I don't know if that game will ever make its way towards the Switch. I think if the Switch does really well, yeah, I mean, that's a no-brainer.
A spin-off game? Yeah.
Oh, a spin-off game.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about
not
the main
Persona
game.
5.
No,
Like
no.
a spin-off.
Oh,
No.
yeah. Obviously, yeah, there would
Yeah.
be a spin-off game.
Yeah.
For sure.
I could see Persona 5 dancing all night, or whatever the fuck it is on Switch.
I still need to make a full list of all the things that they did to Persona 4. It is insane how much they've done. They even had a kind of theater performance of it that happened in Japan.
I think the only reason why Persona 5 took so long was because they just really had trouble with the HD component of the PlayStation 3.
Probably.
And I think, like, after PlayStation 4 came out, it was like, okay, this is easier, we can work with this better now. But also the fact that I think Catherine was the first HD game they ever did.
Yeah.
So, yeah, obviously they had a lot of work to do on that. So I don't think we're gonna have this big, what is it, almost
Well, the thing is,
an 8-year wait for the next game? Like, I don't think that's gonna happen. I think we'll see it.
Full development didn't start till after Catherine came out.
What, 2012?
2011.
Oh, when did Catherine come out? 2011?
2011, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense then.
So, I mean, like, before Catherine came out, it was just, like, ideas and stuff, but they didn't get to, like, after Catherine's development until they, like, went full throttle on it. Something I found out while researching the game.
It looks like,
review.
according to a source, prep work was going on in 2008 while Persona 4 was still in development.
Whatever you want to consider prep work.
Yeah, so like pre-development.
Pre, honestly.
Pre-development, yeah. So at least they were thinking about the next Persona in 2008. So that's why...
Well, yeah, that's what I meant, like...
Yeah, so I think they're
ideas.
definitely thinking about... I think they're thinking about the next Persona now, for sure. But who knows when we'll see that. I don't think we're gonna be waiting 8 years for the next Persona, but I don't think we're gonna see it in, like, 3 or 4 years. Like, I think we'll see it maybe within the next 5 years. It'll be on the next console.
It'll be on the next console, and seriously, this could take a while because they could do another experimental type of game like Catherine. They are going to put their time into the many other things they're going to do with Persona 5, including spin-offs.
I could even see an expansion of some sorts, too.
That'd be crazy.
Down
and
the
it's
road.
also worth mentioning that they're also developing Atlases. They're also developing the next Shin Megami Tensei for Switch.
Yeah.
And that they're also developing a new IP.
Oh shit, did they announce that? The next Shin Megami Tensei?
Yeah, it's coming to Switch. It's an exclusive.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
That's it for me.
Awesome.
I'm getting more and more excited as I finish this game and essentially I'm going to end up writing a script or whatever for this massive thing I got to break down.
Mm-hmm. Well, so I have 2 games I would like to discuss. I'm going to start with the one that I currently have a review live for on SurrealResolution.com, and that is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It is the most recent Nintendo published game on the console, and it is absolutely fantastic. I don't think there's any doubt about that. It is Mario Kart 8 on Wii U, just as you know it, but this time it is packed to the brim with new content.
It's the complete game.
It is the complete game, the way it should have been from the very start.
Now with battle mode.
And basically what it gives you is everything that was included with the vanilla Mario Kart 8 package on Wii U when it launched in 2014. But you're also getting this time all of its DLC, which was released within 2015 on Wii U. And you're also getting 5 new characters. Inkling Boy, Inkling Girl from Splatoon, King Boo, Tribones, and Bowser Jr. are all new characters. And you're also getting a brand new battle mode, this time with actual courses made for battle mode. There's 8 of those, and there are 5 different options, including Battle Court, Bomb Battle, Shine Thief, and there's also a new mode. It's like a Piranha Plant, Cops and Robbers type deal. Really interesting stuff. But
you forgot that there is a secret character.
There is one secret character. There is, you're right, there is technically 6 new characters. One is a secret. I don't think anyone's gonna mind if I spoil it, but it's Gold Mario.
What a shocker.
Ooh, what a shocker. Wow.
Another Mario. Whoa, man.
Yeah, I brought this up in the review, but I'm still really frustrated about the fact that they had to include every single baby character, and then stupid stuff like Pink, Gold, Peach. Like, okay.
Yeah, like, why couldn't we just get Birdo? Like, people want Birdo back.
Birdo.
Oh, I guess not then. Never mind.
No, like,
I
seriously.
guess I was
like,
wrong. No one's backing me
No,
up. No,
Birdo would have been a better choice than Pink, Gold, Peach. Like, come on. Like,
Peach.
where's Diddy Kong at? Like, Diddy Kong is completely missing. Like, where is he? God. Maybe,
Gotta go make her own.
Maybe he's gonna be in a new Diddy Kong Racing. Without
Diddy Kong Racing, yeah.
Fun fact, Rare actually did develop the DS one. Do you know that?
Depresses me.
The DS Mario Kart game?
No, the DS Diddy Kong Racing. Diddy Kong Racing DS was developed by Rare.
I
Yeah.
didn't know they did that.
Yeah, because they were allowed to make games for Nintendo handhelds, but not console.
Here, have a little bone while you're festering.
I think it's safe to say though that like the only bad thing about this Mario Kart game is just kind of the characters that they.
Yeah, and that's my big not that, and there's also another big issue I have, but the characters are a really big like bummer because there's just so many useless characters. I think with Deluxe at least they give you more variety because you have characters like the villager and the Splatoon Inklings and Link, all these Nintendo characters that kind of shake things up.
But what about the one character that makes goddamn sense, man?
Kirby?
What? No! Captain Falcon, dude!
Oh.
Captain Falcon and Fox, like, they should have been in the game too.
They should be in the next Mario Kart, but I think Kirby needs to be in the next Mario Kart.
Why, dude?
Because then you can use the star as the Kirby air ride, man. Like, that's all you gotta say is like, you can
I can't believe that came up before fucking F-Zero, dude. Come on.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. But I'm just saying Kirby would be an excellent choice for Mario Kart because he would fit in.
Why don't they just
well.
make it just Smash Kart or something? Like,
That's
I think
exactly where you guys are leading.
Like that's where it should just go. Like just.
I think they'll call it. I think they should still call it Mario Kart, but I think they should just make it Smash Kart. Like in concept, just make it all these Nintendo characters, but still call it Mario Kart and have Mario be the head of it.
Just take out the Koopalings and some other characters.
Yeah, I hope the Koopalings are not back.
Like
I can give them, like, oh god,
or Dry Bones or the Paratroopa. Like
Taking them out.
I think we could do without Dry Bones, John. We got to sub him. We got to get Captain Falcon in this game. He's doing nothing these days.
If they remove,
he needs some work. Okay,
if they remove at least Pink, Gold, Peach. And the baby characters, like keep Baby Mario and Baby Luigi. Why do you need Baby Rosalina, Baby Peach, Baby this, Baby that? Like, just stop it. And like the Koopalings, I can stand by a little bit, as I said in my review, because they're so unique. But they don't need to be in the next Mario Kart. They just don't. They had their time to shine.
I would say, like, if they were to come back, like, just do what you did in Smash Brothers and make them like
skins.
Yeah, make them an alternate costume or whatever for Bowser Jr. or something.
Yeah, they need to really do some character assessments with the next Mario Kart. And I don't know when the next Mario Kart comes out. I wouldn't be surprised if this is the only Mario Kart we get on Switch.
At least till later down the line, anyway.
I mean, at that point, they should just put it on the next console and have it ready for launch, like they did for this.
I just have to like the thing that I'm wondering though is like how could they top this game?
I know they can top it by making a better roster of characters, but in terms of the tracks, man, it's hard to top.
But I mean, ultimately, like, even though that is the biggest complaint is the character selection, like, that doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things.
No, it's the tracks that really matter, and the tracks are so well done, so well crafted, and they just did an excellent job with it.
Battle mode, man. Oh.
And battle mode's so good in this game. It really is, and it's so well done. And it's something that was a huge complaint of mine for the Wii U version, is like, that battle mode, if anyone even remember there's
that was so
sucked.
goddamn lazy.
It was bad.
No one played it.
It was so lazy and it was so forgettable that people forget that there's a battle mode. It's so bad.
Because nobody
That's how
played
they
it.
did
And absolutely
I know.
no one fucking played it.
I know it, exactly. And it used all the another big mistake that they made. They didn't make the tracks for battle mode. They reused the race tracks. You don't do that. Those are not arenas.
It just doesn't work.
It just does not work at all. And
Battle
how
mode
hard
must have
is it?
been the last thing on their minds.
Yeah, I think they probably had to rush it out, to be honest with you.
Probably, yeah.
I mean, they probably wanted to do battle mode, but it was like, oh, we gotta get this out for the spring, because then they wouldn't have anything for the
Surprised
spring.
they didn't do like an update or a DLC or something.
Well, they probably
I mean, I guess
we're gonna
technically
port
this is that, but
I think by then they probably knew, oh, the Wii U's gonna die out, let's just release this DLC and develop battle mode for the next console.
well, it worked.
Yeah, it did work.
It was good.
So yeah, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, if you own a Switch, you need to have this game. It is a fantastic game. It's not entirely a system seller because of the fact that it was on the previous console, but if you own a Switch from day one, you need to get this.
I would
It is
say if you're waiting to get a Switch, and if Nintendo does eventually do like a Mario Kart 8 Deluxe bundle, then definitely go for that.
oh yeah, if it's bundled with your console, for sure get it.
Yeah,
It is a
definitely.
really, really good game to have bundled.
Because, especially because I can understand some people wouldn't want to spend more money on a game that they already have, like for the same amount. So, like, at least if you get it bundled, like it's somewhat free, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, that is if they increase the price. If they were smart, they would take a bit of a loss on software sales to increase their hardware sales and just put it out for $300 over the holidays. Like, make a Mario Kart bundle and a Zelda bundle and put them out for $300.
Tyler.
Ooh,
Like-
they'd have to make them though. They'd have to
Yeah.
make to meet demand.
That's true. Yes, John?
I'm willing to say that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is a system seller because the previous system it was on didn't sell.
Oh.
John, that was the reason why I got a Wii U is for Mario Kart 8.
That was a system seller that did not sell the Wii U.
Yeah, it did not
but
sell.
that game had an insane attach rate though.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
absolutely
did you
insane.
hear
That Smash?
like what they did to sell the game though, which was the reason why I got it.
They bundled it and they gave away a free game.
Not just a free game, but one of like several.
4. There was one
Yeah,
of 4.
it was like 4 or 5.
It was
One of
Wind
them?
Waker HD.
Yeah, one of them was
It was Wind Waker HD, Wii Party U, God, what was the other two? It wasn't Donkey Kong, that was too recent.
I think one was Super Mario Brothers Wii U.
U? Yeah,
Yeah.
that one was the other one. I'm trying to think what the fourth one was. Oh, it was Pikmin. Pikmin was the fourth
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Which out of
So-
those obvious,
Wind Waker's the
Wind
no-brainer.
Waker, but I do hear some really good things about Pikmin 3. I wish I had gotten that game because I've never, to this day, I've never played a Pikmin game, and I would
It's $20 on Nintendo Selects.
Oh, the Pikmin 3.
Yep.
I would
And
love
as is-
to go and play the other ones too.
Yeah, and it's also, it's $20 for the Nintendo Selects, and 3D World is also $20. So, if you want some good Wii U games, those are two ones I highly recommend.
I still need to go pick Pikmin 3 up, 3D World, and I would like to own, even though I bashed it before, but after playing Persona 5, I'm just like, gotta get more of this shit. Yeah, I want to get that Tokyo Mirage. #FE game.
I'm still looking for a copy. I really need to get a copy.
I'm surprised you
I'm
can't
looking-
find one because I have seen several, man. They're like nobody, like it did not sell in my town.
It's not that I can't find one, it's just I don't want to spend $60 on it. I'm waiting for it to be like $20.
No, I
maybe.
mean I understand though because like even now I'm kind of just I don't know if I want to spend $60 on it simply because like at this point I'm kind of retiring my Wii U even though I do still have it up. I still have it set up here for
So do I.
easy access if I ever wanted to go back and play it. But for now it's just like it hasn't been touched in forever.
The only game I feel like I would ever really want to sink some time into on Wii U would be Xenoblade Chronicles X, but since Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is coming out, like, I don't know if I'll ever get to that
I'm
game.
honestly wondering what the fuck is going on with that game because, I honestly I thought that they would just like port that game over to the Switch,
Yeah, but they're making a new one, so it's like...
It makes me wonder, though,
What
like,
are you
are they
playing?
gonna maybe bundle the two together in some way at some point?
No, they won't bundle two big games like that.
Oh, man, that sucks, though, because I really want to play that game, but there's no way in hell I'm gonna be able to do that with my Wii U, man. Like, I am not gonna go out and buy a, like, what
An
was
external
it?
hard
Yeah,
drive,
an external hard drive just to play that game, you know, no way. So I guess I'm just gonna have to skip on over to, Weeboo, whatever.
See, I feel like I'm just gonna play Chronicles 2 when it comes out and just not play X ever.
It's
Which is
probably gonna be the
unfortunate
same.
because I have a hard drive hooked up to my Wii U pretty much dedicated for Xenoblade, and I never played Xenoblade.
Well, see, like,
So-
you have no fucking excuse, though, because you actually have
I know,
the
that's the
shit.
thing, but I have
don't.
no interest in playing it.
And I don't want to
no interest.
spend money on it.
Cause, like, if they had not announced Xenoblade Chronicles 2 for the holidays, because it apparently is coming out this holiday, I probably would have played it by now, but now I'm just like, why don't I just wait a few months and for when Xenoblade 2 comes out? Cause, I mean, it's gonna be on Switch, I can take it on the go with me. I like the art style a lot better. And
But there's nothing
robots
wrong
this
with
time.
X.
Oh god,
Other than
such
it
an
being on the
ugly
Wii
game.
U, you know?
No, that is such an ugly game. Have you seen the character models in that game?
I didn't think they looked that bad, but then
They
again,
look
it's
disgustingly
been
bad.
years since I've even, like, looked into it, so... I don't
Oh
know.
man, I gotta show you a picture of the character models. Oh. They just look so derped out. I hate this art style.
What were the
so
scores
much.
for that game, by the way? I'm kind of curious now.
It did well. I think it
Was it like a 9 or an 8 or something?
was like an 8 or a 9 type game, yeah. Let me see what it did on Metacritic.
Oh god, she does have like a frumpy looking face.
Yeah, doesn't she? Oh my god, I gotta show you the male character. Hold on. Sorry if this is like awkward silence. Oh my god.
awkward silence. Oh boy.
Oh boy, Joey.
Rub my...
Alright, this is the picture I always refer to. Okay, I'm just gonna cut that out.
Oh my god, this dude's fucking face. Oh my god, dude.
He's
It's just like he smells a whiff of something. He's just like,
I know.
no.
He's just like, oh god, what is that smell?
It's like, oh shit.
Is that the Wii U? Because I just smell a pile of.
I hate shitting on the Wii U though, man, because I've actually...
but it's so easy and it's so fun.
Man, it has so many good games on it.
Yeah, it does.
So does the Vita.
Xenoblade
There's so much
Chronicles
shit on
X
it.
has an 84 on Metacritic.
Damn you, John. Just let me have this, okay?
So does the GameCube.
84
We
on
still shit
Metacritic.
on it.
No, man, the GameCube was good too. Don't do this to me, man. I fucking love the GameCube.
I love the GameCube too. I can't make fun of the GameCube.
I love the Vita, but I'm gonna make fun of it if it's dead.
I wish I could
Oh,
go
yeah, the
back
Vita's-
in time and just beat the
Vita's dead.
shit out of my 10-year-old self for selling all my GameCube games, man.
Would that be child abuse?
Well, I mean,
Like, if it's
Me.
yourself, wouldn't that be considered child abuse?
It'd be child abuse, but would it? It wouldn't. No one could do anything about it.
yeah,
it's
because then
you.
that would, because like it's essentially like cutting yourself.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's like
Well-
self-abuse.
Oh, okay.
It's like no one can tell you shit about that.
Okay, I see. That makes sense.
Yeah.
You've been arrested for abusing yourself. Wait, what?
Well, anyway, this isn't about Mario Kart anymore. We need to talk about Prey. That's the other game I played and beat.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I played an
So
hour
I-
of that too.
And and you bought it. It's full price, $60.
Yeah, I regret that.
I, on the other hand, being the very fortunate fellow that I am, have a video store that gets games day one, and I can go rent them. And they usually hold them for me, because I'm awesome. Okay.
Did you give them your Surreal Resolution email address?
No, I did not. They just know me. They just know me. But anyway, I rented Prey, and I've been playing that. I played that for about 4 days. I finished it. It took me about 17 hours to finish the campaign. And I'm mixed, to say the least. I think everyone that plays Prey immediately thinks after that first hour and that opening, like, oh my god, this game is going to be magical. This game is going to be amazingly good.
Seems like there's a
And
lot
I
of people divided on it.
And I feel like that opening does a real disservice to the game because the game is nothing like that opening.
Dude, just that fucking scene when he's in the helicopter. Oh my god.
And it's
I
like
love
Bethesda
that
presents
shit. Yeah.
An Arcane Austin development, and then it just very slowly. It's so good.
That fucking 80s music, 80-esque music that plays in the background.
It's
Oh my
awesomely
god, I was
done.
on full on wreck the entire time. Like, it was
Yep.
so good, dude.
It is really, really, really good intro.
And then it just starts falling apart from there.
And then immediately from there, like Joey says, I kind of feel like the game just walked itself off a cliff at that point. And it's like, you know that something's gonna go down in this experiment. But then you get out of the starting point in the game and you really start exploring the space station. In the first area, I'm just like, where the hell am I going? Like, I've been in this area for an hour and I still have no clue what I'm supposed to do or where I'm gonna go. And the game doesn't tell you where you're supposed to go or what you're supposed to do. It just doesn't. It doesn't tell you anything of what you're supposed to do.
Well, I want you to explore, I guess.
Yeah, but the problem is it's so convoluted and everything looks so similar that you get lost and then you get frustrated and then I'm just like, I don't even want to play this right now.
It gives you your objectives, I guess, but it's like you have to go out and find, like I think that's the thing that they want, like Bethesda wanted you to do, like, it tells you early on, like, there are multiple different ways you can actually progress the story. Like, you don't have to do it this way. You could do it another way if you wanted to. And that's probably why it kind of backfires in some situations.
Uh-huh. It's just interesting to me because the game, I feel like wasn't even the game I was excited about. Like, the game that I saw in the trailers, maybe this is a good lesson for all of us. Like,
well, it's No Man's Sky, that's for sure.
No, definitely not.
Because that's where you're going with this.
Yeah, not the No Man's, I don't think it's as bad as No Man's Sky. In fact, I wouldn't even say it's a bad game. Prey isn't a bad game. No Man's Sky, on the other hand, well, that's debatable.
But, some would say it's not.
There's trailer manipulation all over the place. It's just, it doesn't happen as often in the video game world.
But let's return to Prey. I want to talk about Prey so we can get this episode over with.
Oh,
so anyway, what was I gonna say? The progression of how you go through the game, yeah, you're right, Joey, because they do give you multiple options. But my biggest problem is everything looks so similar, especially in that first half of the game. It does get better in the second half. Things start getting a little bit more recognizable. You start getting a flow for things. But when you start in that game, everything looks so similar and samey that it's just like, why do I even want to explore this? And they make it so hard for you to explore too because you need all these neuromod upgrades, and these neuromods are so hard to come across. You're just like, why do you have to make this so complicated? Like, why do I need 8 of these neuromods when I come across 6 of them in 2 hours to upgrade my leverage so I can lift a boulder or something, you know? Or a canister. It's so stupidly crafted and disorganized in that regard. And it just frustrates the hell out of me.
You know what I was told that, what score IGN gave this game?
A 4 out of 10.
Yeah, wow.
On PC, mind you. The PC version's incredibly broken. I do not know if they gave it on PS4 or Xbox One.
Okay.
But yeah,
that's what
IGN was very, very harsh on that game.
Surprisingly, right?
Surprisingly, yeah, like really.
Like they're the ones that just give hand jobs out to Call of Duty.
I disagree to that because they've been rough on games before. Like, I think IGN.
Yeah, but Call of Duty's A-okay, right?
They used to be that way a lot, but I think IGN has a really great staff of people on there that actually do care about reviewing games with honesty.
When they're not getting paid off,
the same
of
way.
course. I'm just joking.
GameSpot, like, I read some of these reviews. Like, anytime a big game comes out, like IGN and GameSpot are like the 2 places I go immediately to see, okay, what are these guys saying? Ay.
Which GameSpot gave it a 6 out of 10.
Ooh, yeah. See, I kind of would agree with that score. I think it's a 6 out of 10 game.
That's sad.
I'm writing a review for it, and I feel like because I think the review will be up before this podcast goes up. I feel like that's going to be my final score is a 6 out of 10. And just a straight up wait for a sale.
So,
I don't
3 out of 5, right? Because that's what we do, I guess,
it'll be a
now.
3 out of 5, yeah. Yeah, it'll be a 3 out of 5. 3 stars out of 5.
Which is what I gave Fire Emblem Fates.
It's a game that I can't recommend it now with good heart, but I feel like at Black Friday, if it's like $20-$30, which it totally will be, I would say, like, if you're looking for something like that, maybe pick it up. But honestly, if like another Wolfenstein game comes out this fall, or another shooter is worth your time, I would say go for that instead. And another thing that I really just hated about the game, this I genuinely hated about the game. I think when we were all looking at the gameplay and the trailers for this game, what was the one thing that we were so excited to do in this game?
Turn into a cup.
Turn into a cup. Guess what? You have to pay to turn into a cup with neuromods. And with neuromods. So you have to upgrade. It's not available to you, and it's locked unless you do a side quest. It's not even part of the main story. I can't even tell you how much that irked me. Just ridiculous. You would think that would be something that they would have unlocked for players to play with, but no, it's not. It's not there. You have to go out of your way to get something that was advertised heavily about the game that made it unique, and it's just gone. Completely gone.
I will say that, I've only played it for an hour, so I'm not as deep into it, obviously, as Tyler is, so this is pretty much just my first impressions of the game, though. I mean, I kind of agree in most areas, but I think, like, the main problem I have with the game, though, is just the controls in general. Just, like, fighting in the game, like, just doesn't feel natural, or just doesn't feel as polished as it did in, like, Fallout 4, for example. It really feels kind of clunky in some areas.
I think the real reason you're having these issues, Joey, is because the enemies are so unbalanced and so chaotic. If they weren't so chaotic and unpredictable, I feel like the combat would feel a little tighter. Because the gunplay mechanisms are there. Like, using a shotgun or a pistol, like, it works. It feels good. Or even using your wrench to do stuff, it feels fine. But the problem is, the enemies are so sporadic and so random that you're just kind of wailing yourself around trying to figure out how to do things.
That's basically how I feel.
And that's where the game really, really messes up. Like, there's a huge difference from having crazy enemies that are predictable. Like, there are enemies in games that are crazy, but they're also predictable.
Well, here's the thing.
You can understand their patterns. But in this game, you don't.
You can have a crazy, like, enemy, just don't make that the only enemy, Like, have a bit more,
variety.
Yeah. Cause it's definitely, to me, it doesn't seem like it's a casual friendly game because of that.
No, it's definitely not. Definitely not a casual friendly game. This is for hardcore gamers.
Yeah.
Like, your Call of Duty Joe isn't gonna want to play Prey.
Which is sad. It's kind of like Codename Steam. It's a crazy, crazy comparison, but that game is definitely not casual friendly, just because it's just, oh man. I think I've gone on record saying this so many fucking times, but whatever.
Yeah.
It's kind of like this game. So much shit.
And I know I gave crap to Doom last year, and I still kind of stand by, like, I think Doom's a little overrated, but,
most people disagree.
Yeah, I know most people disagree with me on that.
I still want to go back and play that game, to be honest.
And I feel like maybe if I went back to it, now that it's patched and stuff, I would enjoy it a little bit more, but that game was buggy when I played it. Like, that was my experience. That game crashed on me multiple times. Like, frame rate was terrible in that game. And I know it's not my PS4. Because I ran Uncharted 4 perfectly fine the week prior. Like, a much more technically advanced game than Doom. Ran perfectly without a hitch.
Yeah.
I don't know. So, very mixed on Prey. I don't think it's a bad game. I don't think it's a great game either. And I would say this is probably my first big disappointment of the year. I think it's a decent addition to this great year of games we had. Nothing will take away from this amazing year of games we've had so far.
Honestly, I wouldn't even call it a big disappointment, really.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't think it's a huge disappointment.
I would say
a disappointment.
I would say a disappointment, sure, but not like... It's definitely not on levels of, like, No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky, yeah.
Like, it might end up being the No Man's Sky of this year, but in comparison, it's just non-existent.
I think it's just gonna be the game that nobody remembers at the end of the year.
Which, like I'm saying, it would probably end up being the No Man's Sky of the year just because...
No, I think it's gonna end up being the Quantum Break of the year.
Are you sure? Because did people have a lot of expectations for? Well, yeah, you're right. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah. So I think like it's gonna be this decent but not fantastic game that just people forget about. People didn't even know the game was coming out. You know,
I forgot.
This game just completely went under the radar.
I completely forgot.
And that's Bethesda's fault.
Yeah.
That is Bethesda's fault.
Are you sure?
You know
I kept up with it pretty well.
Yeah, but we're in that zone. We're in that bubble.
Oh, okay.
You know, let me use Fallout 4 as an example. Everyone knew Fallout 4 was coming out. You know why? Because Bethesda used fantastic marketing for that game. People knew Doom was coming out. Yet again, Bethesda had fantastic marketing for that game. Things started going downhill with Dishonored 2 and Prey. You know why? And I think this is a big problem. Bethesda really needs to check themselves on this. They need to start sending out review copies in advance. like giving these people a day to rush out a poorly written review is ridiculous. Like, you need to send these games at least out a week in advance so you can have coverage for your game a few days before it comes out. So people are like, oh, hey, look, this game's coming out. I should maybe go pick it up.
What was their reason
No.
for doing that?
They want to control the message, which is completely stupid because they have no message.
Yeah, the reason they put out was complete and utter trash and bullshit, and you saw straight through it.
Yep. Yep. Like, their review policy is complete crap. Sorry, Bethesda. That's just the hard truth.
Hey man, every great game studio has their issues.
They're a great publisher, I will give you that. They are a fantastic publisher. They publish some of the most really sought-after games, but they just do not know how to message themselves. And I don't know what it is because they did Fallout 4 so well. That game did so well, and then they just completely screwed up with Dishonored 2. Doom did good as well, and that just blows my mind.
To the point that Dishonored 2 went on sale like 2 weeks after it came out.
Not even 2 weeks later. A week after it came out, it was already $30.
God, dude.
It was half off, and it stayed at that price. And the worst thing about it too is it came with the original as well.
That's literally like putting a giant middle finger up to everyone that pre-ordered the game's
it's
face.
It's just so annoying how bad that was handled.
That's gonna be Prey next week too.
I'm
just
very,
like, God
very,
dang it,
very,
really?
I'm very concerned because I bet you anything Bethesda has a big fall game this year. 100% they have a game for fall this year. And it's one that's unannounced. Like they shadow drop a game, like they did with Fallout. And if I had to put my money on it, I'd say it's Wolfenstein.
We shall see.
And I think Evil Within comes out in the spring. But I'm very curious on what they do with their next game, because they cannot screw up again. They gotta put a strong game out in the fall. If that's Evil Within 2, or if that's Wolfenstein, whatever one looks stronger, they need to put out this fall. Because Bethesda needs that good image again. Because they are starting to slip with Prey.
I wasn't expecting you to say about the review copies. I was expecting you to say Bethesda needs to do a quality check. Like, that seems, that's a problem as is now. Like, with Doom, even though you couldn't, I think that was the first one that you couldn't get the review copies for. They still had the quality.
Was it Doom?
I think it was.
Was it? I don't know.
I
thought it started with
close
Fallout 4.
I think, it started with, they got Fallout 4 in it.
Did it go after Fallout 4 was released?
Like,
yeah,
I want to say they talked about it when Fallout 4 came out, though. Like, that was something they brought up. Like,
they definitely sent out early review copies for Fallout.
Well, I'm not arguing it. I'm pretty sure that they had talked about that when Fallout 4 came out. like saying, like they were basically saying, like after Fallout 4, then we're not going to do this anymore.
I think the first game they didn't send out review copies for was Skyrim Remastered. I think that was like the first game. I think Doom did get early copies sent out. I'm not one. Maybe not. Maybe you're right, John, because something just clicked in my head.
Because I swear it was Doom, and despite like that kind of fiasco, they still had the really good quality game that got the high reception. That word of mouth really pushed the sales for it.
Yeah, for sure. That game did really well.
Yeah. These other ones, not so much.
No, and I don't think Prey's going to do well at all.
No, I don't think so either.
I think just because of the fact, like, there's not a lot of games coming out in May, besides Prey, that are AAA quality. Besides, there's Injustice 2, and honestly, I think that's going to do better than Prey. Because of it being DC.
You'd hope so.
Well, I think that game has been getting a decent amount of exposure.
Injustice?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Personally, I don't look for that
Prey.
stuff. Oh yeah, like, I've heard... The thing is, like, I think, personally for me, but I'm in the bubble too, like, Injustice 2 is so much more forgettable than Prey. At least Prey was high profile for us.
Yeah.
Like, we knew when Prey was coming out. Like, for sure. Like, we kept up with that. Injustice 2 is like, okay, whatever, it comes out in mid-May. Cool. Moving on. Not for me. It's interesting, though. Of course, this discussion will continue once the review goes up. I'm interested to see what the feedback is on that, if any. But, yeah. I played Prey and Mario Kart 8, that's pretty much what I've been playing. I bought Persona 5. I just opened it because I got my final grades back. They turned out great. So I'm like, okay, I feel comfortable opening this game now and maybe potentially starting a new addiction. So, we'll see. But I opened it. It's pretty. I got the steelbook.
So smooth.
So smooth and pretty. And the characters look so evil on it. It's like, oh, this is so menacing. I love it.
Rebellious
teenagers in Japan. Whoa! Anyway, that's it for me. Anything else, you guys?
Oh, you completely glossed over me.
You said you didn't want to talk about any of your games.
Well, I didn't really play anything different, to be honest.
Kevin, you told us prior that you didn't want
Well, yeah, but you were supposed to still say, like, well, how about you, Joey? And I'm like,
I just asked anyone if there's anything
you're supposed to call me out specifically.
Okay, Joey, is there anything you'd like to talk about?
I am a princess! No.
Okay.
There we go.
Fair
I
enough.
started a new game in Pokemon, what the fuck is it called? Alpha Sapphire.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, okay, that's it.
Okay, cool. That wraps up the Training Stage podcast this week. This was episode 46. Thank you all for listening. Any parting words as we depart into our late meeting with somebody? Aren't we professional?
We're so professional.
Okay, cool. All right, that's it for this episode. Thank you all for listening. Until next time, catch you later. Goodbye.
Peace.
Goodbye.